Hello everyone, today we're going to be changing the brake pads on the rear wheel of a Lexus RX 300. It's a 2002 model, but they should be all the same. Might be also applicable to the later models like RX 350 and 330. The wheel is off and we have a lot of dust here and just everything that's left after the winter. So this is spring and I'm doing my tire changes, and at the same time I'm going to be changing the brake pads. If you see, there's the Bosch brake pads. I like Akebono brake pads, and first of all I'm going to use this air gun to just remove all of the dust and grime out of here, and also on from the other parts, because I'm going to be spraying it with the corrosion inhibitor. So let's go. I have my wheel spacers here. By the way, if you don't have the original wheels, this really helps to reduce vibration and it will help center the wheel for you. Now I like to hit everything with the brake cleaner. This one's pretty good, has a powerful jet, so I'm just gonna hit everything with the brake cleaner. Uh-oh, I'm out of the brake cleaner. Okay, I'll have to survive without it. But I did kind of clean everything I wanted here. Maybe this needs a bit more cleaning. But anyway, I'm gonna hit this with the corrosion inhibitor anyway. Now the only bolt you need to remove to do the procedure of changing the brake caliper is this one right here. So this is the top kind of finger, and this is the bottom finger. And this bolt, you remove this bolt and it should slide out, and you can hang it to the spring with some kind of a bungee cord. It's a 12mm socket, as you can see here. And don't forget that you're working from the back side here, so if you would want to do a regular counterclockwise rotation, you're actually doing clockwise from that side, from the back. So you don't need to go this way. You have to go down here to unscrew this bolt, and it might be a bit tight, but it should go. So, yeah, this one's pretty tight, but I was able to move it. Yep, now I can move it, no problem. Everything's a bit too rusty here for my liking, so that's why I hit it with the brake cleaner, so I can then hit it with the corrosion inhibitor. And this goes by hand now. Yep, the bolt itself is quite rusty, but the inside is okay. I'll put some more lube on it. Alright, now the caliper should just slide up like this. There you go. And it actually slides on this top pin out. You see, you can slide it in and out. So I'll change these pads anyway, because let's face it, this is Bosch and I have Akebono brake pads, and I did already change the previous side, the other side, with Akebono, so there's no way back for me here. I kind of have to do this, and I'm just trying to put the bungee cord at the bottom, at the spring there at the top, so I can, yeah, Oop. Need a bit more. There you go, you get the idea. Now you can hold with the bungee cord. I had to loop it there a few times. Yeah, anyway, this is pretty much it for the unscrewing things. Now we have to get the brake pads out. The outer brake pads, they come out really easy, but the back here is always really stuck on this model. I don't know why they make it like this, but it's always stuck, so you'll have a hard time getting it removed. So what I'm gonna do here, I know that it's stuck pretty good, so I'm gonna try to tap it like this at the top and at the bottom to try to move it. It usually kind of rotates, and your brake pads shouldn't be this tight, but this model for some reason has them this tight. And now, yeah, there you go. Sorry, I hit my hand, but now I got it out. Yeah, destroyed my knuckle in the process, but I did get it out. And now I'm gonna hit it with some more air. You can see how much stuff there was there, and change these, because I actually with my brake pads I got these this hardware. I got this hardware also, so I'm going to change it. It looks a little bit different. It has the spring, so I'm going to show you when I remove this one. It doesn't really look the same as this one, but that's okay. It's just a spring that helps the caliper kind of retract. So I'm going to show you only the front brake pad, and then the back one you can figure out yourself, because it's a bit hard to film there. So right now I know this one will fit this top side, but basically you remove it and you compare it. The top is the same, the sides are almost the same, and then there's just a spring here. So this one I can pop in here. I'm gonna also select the bottom one, and the bottom one would be this guy. So if I remove this old one, oh sorry, look, these are the same on the sides and on the bottom here. Just the spring is different, but that's okay. So I know that I'm gonna have to put this with the spring inside, and the top one as well with the spring inside. That's it. And actually I'm gonna hit it with air and spray some corrosion inhibitor now here, so it doesn't rust. So as I said, I'm gonna be spraying this CRC heavy duty corrosion inhibitor, and I'm gonna spray later everything, but for now just this area. And if you got something on your disc, then just remove it with some kind of a cloth. That's it. It won't hurt too much. Just be careful the first time you brake. There you go. And if you remember, this brake pad had this pin sticking out for some reason. Not sure why, but there it is. We had it. So we're going to select the brake pad that has it installed already. This one doesn't have it, so it goes on the back. So there you go. Before I install it, of course, we want to put the hardware. This hardware gets in really easy. You don't have to really force it or anything. I did just brakes on my Corolla, and there I had to really force it. It wouldn't go in. But these ones, they're pretty good. They're the right size. There you go. They're in. Now preparing the brake pad. I like, because I see that there was lack of lubrication here, and they pretty much, the other side I know got stuck really bad, and this on the back also was pretty stuck. It should be moving quite easily. So I'm going to put a lot of lubrication here, because I know that there is a problem there. So you take the copper antices and just put a lot where it should slide. So I would put a lot. Some people say you don't need a lot, but it's my car. I'm gonna take responsibility for it. I'm gonna put a lot everywhere, and also on this side, because this is where the brake caliper will press on the pad, so it needs some lubrication there as well. There you go. All this area that's gonna slide around needs a bit of lubrication, and I'm really not stingy about this lubrication. This is a bit too much here, so I'm gonna just try to remove it. There you go. Now just slide it in. There you go. It just slides in. That's it. It shouldn't be too hard, but it shouldn't be too easy as well. Okay, I'm gonna do the other side. I'm not gonna film it, but it's the same principle. You select I believe the bottom is always with this little pad, and then the top one is shorter. So you select them, springs always go inside, I believe, and that's it. You do the same procedure. Okay, both brake calipers are in. I lubricated a lot. I'll probably put a little bit more lubrication, but that's also when I'm going to start putting the corrosion inhibitor pretty much everywhere. Oh, sorry. First I'm going to put this rubber care spray on everything that is made out of rubber here. Like this, that thing. The piston has rubber around it. The caliper has rubber around it. Everywhere we have a lot of rubber. There's rubber. There's rubber. Just so it lasts a little bit longer for me. Here's rubber as well. So just go over all the rubber and then go with everything metal with corrosion inhibitor. Now you can see everything's nice and wet. It's all covered with that CRC corrosion inhibitor, just to keep it all nice and not rusty, or at least less rusty. Okay, back to the calipers. So when you try now to put it back in, you'll notice that you can't, because you put the thicker pads in here, and there is a piston here that is now out, because that was the thickness of your brake pads before you change them, and now they are thicker, so this needs to be pressed in. So by the way, before you have the plan to press it in, don't remove everything, because then you'll change everything and then you're stuck at this point. So there is a tool that you can buy and put it in and compress the cylinder, but I didn't buy the tool because it was not in stock, and now I'm too far gone in changing all these to actually buy the tool. So I'm using actually these kind of pliers. They're adjustable pliers. I put it on the highest setting. Where is the highest? There we go. And grab the piston from the back there and here and try to press as hard as I can, and it does work. So, but you'll need a lot of strength. So if you're not a strong kind of guy or gal, I suggest you really think about buying the tool before you do anything. So there you go. I'll show you how I do it. But I would highly suggest to buy a tool, because no, it takes all my strength to compress this piston. But you can compress it if you're really determined. you can. There you go. Like probably you heard my my growl. And another thing you have to do is compress this guy, because now again everything's too thick. So what you do is kind of press here, and it should slide. You don't actually need to compress, it just has to slide there. So now if we put this back where it should be, yep, you see we're able to slide everything in place. And now the last thing is the bolt. I'm gonna spray it with some corrosion inhibitor as well, and we're ready to go. Acabona also gives you a lube that you can put, and that's basically the lube that you put in here for this bolt to slide in and out, or on this one actually for it to slide in and out. I didn't put on that one, but I'm gonna put on this one so it has lubrication there. And you don't need a lot, that's why they don't give you a lot. And I'm just gonna put it in here and smear it all over the place so it can slide, so that thingy that we just pressed in can slide on it. You probably don't need it on the thread, but I'm gonna put in the thread a little bit as well. There you go. That's pretty much it. And now you have to find the thread there. Yeah, there you go. I found the thread. Nothing much to do but close this bolt. It says, I believe, 25 feet-pound of torque for this bolt, but for me it was too much, so I went for like 21. And I believe for Toyota Corolla they say from 21 to 25. So I'll always go with the lower one, because I never had problems with it like that. And you can really strip that bolt easily if your torque wrench is out of spec. And if you don't have a torque wrench, I believe it should be just beyond hand tight, not beyond hand tight, not really hand by finger tight, but hand tight with the wrench, with the regular wrench like this. So I tried with the torque wrench and it felt a bit too tight, so I just went back to this one, the handheld, and just checked if it's just beyond hand tight, what you can kind of comfortably do, and that's it. You don't need any more. That's it. The process is done. Thank you very much for watching. Now you just put on the wheel and you're ready to go. Be careful first time you step on the brakes. Don't go too hard. Just kind of easily start braking and just try to feel what's happening. If everything kind of is smooth, then it's okay. You can go faster, try braking, and do this several times until you can kind of feel that everything is as it was before. If you hear kind of a squeak the first time you brake, or high frequency vibration, that's also could be normal. But if it goes away after a few times you brake, that's okay. If not, you probably messed up somewhere. Get back in there. But to be honest, I never had a problem like that, so you'll probably be fine. Thanks for watching. Please do subscribe and like, and see you in the next one.